Who is Borsellino Kizaru? Borsellino, more commonly known by his alias Kizaru, is an admiral in the Marines. After Aokiji resigned from the Marines and Akainu was promoted to Fleet Admiral, Kizaru is now the only remaining admiral from the previous trio. He was first mentioned by Nico Robin during the Straw Hats' initial encounter with Aokiji. Because of his actions, Kizaru can be considered the secondary antagonist of the Sabodi Archipelago arc and one of the major antagonists of the Marineford arc. Kizaru is an incredibly tall man, roughly the same size as the other two former admirals, Aokiji and Akainu. Kizaru is a middle-aged man with a moderate amount of wrinkles on his face, black hair, and a very thin beard. He is older than the other two admirals, a fact that reflects on his looks. Among the admirals of the previous generation, he alone has the slimmest build among them. As a child he wore a large yellow striped hat, much like his older self's suit, a yellow vest, and he still had his grin that he maintained throughout his life. In his early days as a Marine he wore a knit cap with the Marine emblem on it, sunglasses and also a normal Marine jacket with a striped undershirt. In his youth, he wore a Marine skull cap and he had no facial hair. 27 years before the start of the series, he wore a typical Marine cap and his beard was not as full as it is currently. He also lacked the gold amber tinted sunglasses, shirt, and tie, which he was last seen wearing. When he was seen stationed at Marineford as a Vice Admiral 13 years before the start of the series, he was sporting a large dark grey hat, dark gloves and had a cigarette in his mouth. 3. His trademark pinstriped suit was light grey, matching his tie, while his thin beard was not yet present. Personality. Kizaru comes off as a very laid-back, easygoing man who seems to take most things lightly no matter the severity of the situation. He talks in a calm voice suiting this demeanor, and in a sarcastically intonated, with an ever-relaxed air in or out of combat. Kizaru is almost never shown losing his cool under stress, raising his voice, or getting excited to prompt action. With his Logia invulnerability, he can afford remaining apathetic to most enemy attempts to harm him, paying extremely sudden or surprisingly potent attacks little to no mind if they come from much weaker opposition, to the point of not visibly reacting at all when shot in the head. He has also been shown irresponsibly using his strength with no regards for collateral damage, acting oblivious to the mass destruction that he threatens to bring on. This is seen when he felled a Yarikimon mangrove on Sabodi on self-admitted accident, then simply brushed it aside. Additionally, Kizaru's casual attitude about whatever occurs around him may give way to the man leaving himself open to unsuspecting assault, such as watching his opponents unleash attacks without readying himself. Kizaru has been seen mid-battle remarking that it is scary, or quite the shock, when he encounters someone powerful, bold, or who unleashes a surprising move. However, he typically retains a nonchalant face and tone, making him sound facetious. In fact, Kizaru has been shown acting fearlessly around the strongest of pirates, the likes of Silver's Rayleigh, Ben Beckman, Marco, or even Whitebeard, a Yonko. While acknowledging their strength, Kizaru has no issue with battling them one-on-one. And if they are getting in his way will try his best to get around them. Even after Shanks came to Marineford to end the war, Kizaru attempted one last attack on Monkey D. Luffy right after Beckman had held him at gunpoint to prevent him from so doing. 2 years later, the Admiral volunteered to personally go break up a potential meeting between the Yonko Big Mom and Kaido, which would entail going to the independent Wano country that even Akainu is wary of. In battle, Kizaru can be condescending toward those he deems weak, mocking them or those associated with them. During the Marineford War, he would initially go out of his way to strike down Luffy, seeking to illustrate their gap in strength. He would go on to reproach Luffy for his inadequate strength, and taunted Whitebeard for rallying behind the weaker pirate. Abilities and powers. As a Marine Admiral, Kizaru must have at least above-average leadership and coordination skills in organizing large regiments of Marine soldiers easily and efficiently, as seen by his commands towards the Giant Squad to keep vigilance of the skies for incoming assault, as well as structuring Buster Call fleets. As an admiral, Kizaru has command over the many thousands of soldiers ranked lower than him, his status being second highest within the entire Marine organization, just below Fleet Admiral Sakazuki. He also has the power to initiate a buster call on any island he deems to be a threat, as well as grant lower-ranking world government agents such a privilege. As an admiral, he has the authority to revoke a Shichibukai's title. His presence at Sabodi Archipelago was enough to cause a panic on the island among the pirates and make the entire population flee from the island, including the 11 supernovas. He was able to defeat 4 of the supernovas on Sabodi Archipelago with great ease, though arguably, a pacifista aided him somewhat at the time. He was even able to fight Whitebeard, who was one of the 4 most powerful pirates ever known, single-handedly. Fitting his title of admiral, Kizaru is one of the most powerful fighters within the world government and the Marines. Even as a vice-admiral, Kizaru was already extremely strong, defeating Arlong quickly and effortlessly. Devil Fruit. Kizaru possesses the power of the Pika Pika no Mi, a Logia-type devil fruit that grants him the powers of the element of light. As a Logia user, he is able to let objects pass through him and reconstruct his body from energy particles. He is capable of moving and attacking at the speed of light, and all of his attacks are based on the element of light, such as firing energy blasts from his fingertips or feet with extreme accuracy and precision. His power is very destructive, causing huge explosions and can easily destroy buildings. He also has the ability to reflect himself, essentially moving from one location to the next at the speed of light. Due to this fruit's power, Kizaru is possibly the fastest man in the world. He also has great accuracy and precision in firing his laser beams of light, as shown when he shot and destroyed the key to Ace's shackles whilst it was still in Luffy's hands at a far distance. He can also make a powerful energy sword out of pure light named Ama no Murakumo, which can stand up to extremely powerful Haki-based attacks, as seen when he was fighting Silver's Rayleigh, who is an extremely powerful Busoshoku Haki user. Swordsmanship. Kizaru has shown extremely proficient skill in wielding his Ama no Murakumo light energy sword. He could duel Silver's Rayleigh, who is an immensely powerful swordsman, to a draw despite having his Logia intangibility negated by Rayleigh's Haki. Haki. It was stated that all vice-admirals possess Haki, so with a rank above vice-admiral, Kizaru can use that ability. Busoshoku Haki. Borsalino possesses the ability to use Busoshoku Haki. He was seen using an advanced level of Busoshoku Haki to negate Whitebeard's attempt to destroy the execution platform, by creating, with his fellow admirals, a shield combination of their 3 Haki. Kenbunshoku Haki. Borsalino possesses the ability to use Kenbunshoku Haki. He seems to be very proficient with it, having sense of pirates trying to shoot him in the head before casually appearing in front of the pirate when he tried to run. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos.